your star.
He's an actor. Love the sound of his own voice.
I love to listen. But we must never take his advice. Has 100 ideas a day. 4 of them are good. The other 96 downright dangerous.
His father was the same. Great orator, but
Until he lost his mind to syphilis.
how nations suffer the sins of their fathers.
My opinion, at this critical juncture of the Empire, we have a drunkard at the wheel.
Waits with a scotch, bottle of champagne for lunch, another one for dinner, brandy and port until the wee hours. I wouldn't let him borrow my bicycle.
He's a conservative who defects to the Liberals, lobs grenades at us for 10 years, then flops conservative again, as it bloody suits him. Sorry, but he stands for one thing, himself.
We may have to replace him, Bertie.
Replace him.
We must survive so that every son and daughter of this land can emerge from this crisis with something recognizable as home.
Spoken like a true Prime Minister.
I wish the position had come your way in better times, sir. You have an enormous task ahead of you.
I only hope it's not too late. I'm very much afraid it is. But we can only do our best.
Why have I been forced to send for Churchill?
Because he is the only member of our party who has the support of the opposition.
His record is a litany of catastrophe. Gallipoli, 25,000 dead, the India policy, the Russian Civil War, the gold standard, the abdication, and now this Norway adventure. What's that, 1,800 men?
1 aircraft carrier, 2 cruisers, 7 destroyers, and a submarine.
Winston lacks judgment.
He was right about Hitler.
Well, even a stopped clock is right twice a day.
First Lord of the Admiralty, Mr. Winston Churchill.
By land,
There's a telegram.
by landing a strong parachute.
It's from the palace.
Thank you. Yes.
Leighton.
I speak to you for the first time as Prime Minister in a solemn hour for the life of our country, of our empire, of our allies, and above all, of the cause of freedom. A tremendous battle is raging in France and Flanders. The Germans, by a remarkable combination of air bombing and heavily armored tanks, have broken through the French defenses north of the Maginot Line, and strong columns of their armored vehicles now ravaging the open country, which for the first day or two was without defenders. However, I have invincible confidence in the French army and its leaders. Only a very small part of that splendid army has yet been heavily engaged, and only a very small part of France has yet been invaded.
I confess, I had some reservations about you at first, but while some in this country dreaded your appointment, none None dreaded it like Adolf Hitler. Whomever can strike fear into that brute heart is worthy of all of our trust. We shall work together. You shall have my support at any hour. Beat the Boris.
When will the lesson be learned? How many more dictators must be wooed, appeased, good God, given him mixed privileges, before we learn? You cannot reason with a tiger when your head is in its mouth!
Prime Minister!
We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender! And if, which I do not for a moment believe, this island or large part of it were subjugated and starving, then our empire, beyond the sea, armed and guarded by the British fleet, would carry on the struggle. Until in God's good time, the new world, with all its power and might, steps forth to the rescue and the liberation of the old.